Periyava Sharanam, Glimpses from Sri Mahaperiyava's Life History, Volume 12, Chapter 21, Continued. Atirudram Event 1949. During the year 1949, Mahaperiyava stayed most of the time in Thiruvidai Marudur, close to the city of Kumbakonam in Tanjavur district. Mahaperiyava chose to stay in a house that earlier belonged to an ardent devotee, Sri D. Balasubramanya Iyer, owner of B.G. Paul and Co. After Sri Iyer passed away, his wife, Srimati Sundarambal, gifted this house to the mutt. This house had an adjoining garden and it was located very close to the river Veerachodan. Mahaperiyava found this house to be very convenient for performing his daily rituals. Excepting brief visits to other villages, Mahaperiyava stayed at this house for about 3 years. Later, in the year 1955, Srimati Sundarambal bought an adjacent house with garden and gifted it to the mutt for operating the local Sri Matham Veda Pathashala. While in Thiruvidai Marudur, Mahaperiyava expressed a desire to conduct an Atirudra Yajna Homam similar to the one held at Puvanur in 1942 and later at Nattam in Trichy district. Atirudra Mahayajna is one of the highest forms of worshipping Lord Shiva. There are 4 kinds of performing Rudra Parayanam: Rudram, Ekadasha Rudram, Maharudram and Atirudram. They are in the ascending order of number of chants and potency. Ati means ultimate. In the Atirudram, 121 Ritviks chant Sri Rudram in a specified manner 11 times each day over 11 days, thus making it a total of 14,641 Rudram chants, a combination of Namakam and Chamakam that create a tremendous amount of sacred vibrations all around. At a minimum, the cost for Atirudram Yajna at that time was about rupees 25,000. The mutt officials expressed to Mahaperiyava that the mutt was short of funds to undertake this major event. However, Mahaperiyava was keen to conduct this event and told the officials not to collect any money for the event. While arrangements were on the way, some wealthy people came to have a darshan of Mahaperiyava and they voluntarily donated about rupees 5,000 for the Atirudram event. For conducting the Atirudram Homam in Thiruvidai Marudur, the organizers constructed a huge temporary structure to accommodate the 121 Ritviks, chanting priests and others. They also built 11 Homakundams, pits for the Yajna. Around each Homakundam, 11 Ritviks performed the Yajna for 11 days. During the Yajna, hundreds of priests and scholars recited various holy scriptures such as the Vedas, Saptashati, Srimad Bhagavatam, Ramayanam and others. On the concluding day, the Ritviks carried the kalasams, metal pots containing the holy water from the Yajna, in a procession to the Kaveri river. Mahaperiyava stood there in the river, immersed in water up to his waist. Ritviks performed Abhishekam on him using the holy water in the kalasams. All the Ritviks who participated in the Yajna received gifts from Mahaperiyava. Rao Sahib R. Mahalinga Iyer, a local resident, served as the administrator for the event. Vedic examination. During the Atirudram event, in order to encourage Vedic scholars, Mahaperiyava had proposed to arrange an innovative Vedic examination called in Tamil as Kalvaitavaram, Stone Embedded Week. This examination was to test the scholar's skills in Yajurveda. At the Atirudram event, there were numerous Vedic scholars who had completed a long formal training in reciting Vedas in 3 distinct steps called in Sanskrit as Padam, Kramam and Ghanam. In learning the Vedas, there are 3 steps called Padam, Kramam and Ghanam. The word Padam refers to chanting the Vedas word by word. Kramam is one in which different combination of the words are chanted, changing the order in which they occur in the scripture as per some set patterns. Ghanam is a more complex rolling pattern. For example, consider the sentence, the water is clear. In Padam, each word is broken down like in the water is clear. For the sake of simplicity, let us call them as A, B, C, D. Kramam, the next technique of reciting the same sentence, is slightly more difficult. In Kramam, one has to recite the same sentence in a pattern of the water is clear, like AB, BC, CD. The most difficult technique is called Ghanam. It rolls backwards and forwards in a pattern like the water, water the water is water the water is water is water, water is clear, clear is water is clear. Sounds like in the combination AB, BAA, BCC, BAA, BC, BCC, BB, CDD, CBB, CD. The Vedic examination was conducted in the following manner. Using seashells as dice, a random number was first generated. A candidate had to begin the Vedic recitation from the Anuvakam chapter pertaining to the generated number and complete at least 250 words without a mistake in either pronunciation or intonation. Thousands of people had gathered to watch the proceedings of this innovative examination that took place over 3 successive days. On the first day, the examination started at 7 p.m. and ended at 11 p.m. Only 3 candidates passed this examination. On the second day, 6 candidates passed this most difficult examination. Mahaperiyava desired to present each of them with a gemstone embedded ring and made an appeal to the audience seeking 6 such rings. In response, many people from the audience happily contributed over 25 stone embedded rings, each marked with the owner's name identification on a piece of paper wrapped around the ring. Mahaperiyava picked up 6 pieces out of this collection of rings on a plate and presented those to 6 successful candidates. The remaining rings were returned to the respective owners. All felt happy at Mahaperiyava's innovative way of conducting the Vedic examination and encouraging the scholars. The examination continued on the third day and all the successful candidates were honored with appropriate gifts in recognition of their talents. To be continued, Periyava Sharanam.